What do you do when you hear strange noises coming from upstairs while babysitting? Do you investigate, or do you ignore it? Tonight, we dive into a chilling tale, where one babysitter's curiosity leads her to uncover secrets lurking in the attic. Babysitting can be both fun and nerve-wracking, especially when you're alone in a house that creaks and groans. The shadows seem to move, and every little sound makes your heart race. What if something goes wrong? What if you're not alone? Tonight, we explore a babysitter's terrifying experience that turns a simple night into a chilling adventure. Tonight, we delve into one of the most chilling urban legends that has haunted babysitters and parents alike: the babysitter and the man upstairs. Picture this: a young babysitter, alone in a dimly lit house. The only sounds are the soft breathing of the children she's watching and the occasional creak of the old floorboards. As the night wears on, she receives a series of unsettling phone calls. Each time she answers, a voice on the other end whispers, "Have you checked the children?" The tension escalates as she brushes it off, thinking it's just a prank. But as the calls continue, her unease grows. Finally, she decides to call the police, who instruct her to stay calm and keep the children safe. Moments later, the chilling truth is revealed. The calls are coming from inside the house. Panic sets in as she realizes that the man upstairs is not just a figment of her imagination. He's a real threat lurking just above her. This legend taps into our primal fears of the unknown and the vulnerability of being alone in a seemingly safe space. It's a reminder that danger can be closer than we think, hiding in the shadows of our own homes. But what happens next? Let's explore the terrifying twists that follow. As the babysitter grapples with the mounting dread, the atmosphere thickens with psychological horror. Each creak of the floorboards above sends shivers down her spine, amplifying her fear. She tries to distract herself by watching TV, but the flickering screen only heightens her anxiety. The children, once peacefully asleep, now seem to sense the tension, stirring in their beds, as if aware of the lurking danger. Suddenly, the lights flicker, plunging the room into darkness. In that moment of vulnerability, she hears a soft whisper, echoing from upstairs, "Come play with me." Her heart races as she realizes the voice is not from the children, but from something far more sinister. The babysitter's mind races with possibilities. Could it be a figment of her imagination, or is there truly someone up there? She steels herself, clutching her phone tightly, and decides to check on the children. As she tiptoes up the stairs, each step feels like a descent into a nightmare. The air grows colder, and a sense of foreboding envelops her. She reaches the children's room, only to find them sound asleep, blissfully unaware of the terror unfolding around them. Relieved, yet still on edge, she returns to the living room, but the feeling of being watched intensifies. The phone rings again, and this time, the voice is more menacing. "I'm closer than you think." Panic surges through her veins as she realizes the gravity of her situation. The line between reality and nightmare blurs, and she knows she must act quickly. The babysitter's instincts kick in. She must protect the children at all costs. But how can she fight an unseen enemy lurking in the shadows? The night is far from over, and the true horror is just beginning. With her heart pounding, the babysitter knows she can't wait any longer. She grabs a kitchen knife, the only weapon she can find, and steels herself for a confrontation. The house feels alive with tension, every creak and whisper amplifying her fear. She moves cautiously, her breath shallow, as she ascends the staircase once more, determined to confront whatever lurks above. As she reaches the top, she hears a soft thud, followed by a chilling silence that seems to stretch on forever. The babysitter's grip tightens around the knife, her knuckles white with fear. She glances down the dark hallway, where shadows dance ominously against the walls. The door to the children's room is slightly ajar, and she can't shake the feeling that something is waiting for her just beyond it. summoning every ounce of courage. She approaches the door, her heart racing. She pushes it open slowly, the creaking hinges echoing like a death knell in the stillness. Inside, the children are still asleep, their innocent faces illuminated by the faint glow of a nightlight, but the sense of safety is fleeting. She knows. The real danger is still out there. Suddenly, a loud crash reverberates from the attic above, shattering the silence. The babysitter jumps, adrenaline surging through her veins. She knows she must investigate, but dread weighs heavily on her. With each step toward the attic door, she feels the oppressive darkness closing in around her as she reaches for the doorknob. A cold breeze sweeps past her, sending chills down her spine. The whispers return, now louder and more insistent. "Come find me." The babysitter hesitates, torn between the instinct to flee and the need to protect the children. What awaits her in the attic? The answer could be more horrifying than she ever imagined. With trembling hands, the babysitter finally opens the attic door, revealing a dark, dusty space filled with forgotten memories and cobwebs. The air is thick with an unsettling stillness, and the only sound is the creaking of the old wooden stairs beneath her feet. As she steps inside, the dim light from the hallway barely penetrates the darkness, casting long, eerie shadows that seem to dance around her. The babysitter takes a deep breath, forcing herself to move deeper into the attic, her heart pounding in her chest. As she scans the room, she notices old furniture covered in white sheets, forgotten toys, and boxers filled with dusty relics of the past. Suddenly, a flicker of movement catches her eye. In the far corner, a figure stands shrouded in darkness. The babysitter squints, trying to make sense of what she's seeing. Is it a trick of the light, or is there truly someone or something there? The whispers grow louder, echoing in her mind. "You shouldn't have come here." Gathering her courage, she steps closer, her knife raised defensively. As she approaches, the figure slowly turns, revealing a pale, ghostly face with hollow eyes that seem to pierce through her soul. It's a child, but not just any child. The child who had gone missing years ago. Their spirit trapped in this house, forever seeking companionship. The babysitter's heart races as she realizes the truth. The whispers were not a threat, but a plea for help. The spirit reveals that it has been waiting for someone to free it from its torment. But to do so, the babysitter must confront the dark force that has kept it bound to this place. The stakes have never been higher, and she must decide, will she help the lost soul, or will she flee from the horror that awaits? With the weight of the spirit's sorrow heavy on her heart, the babysitter knows she cannot turn back now. She steels herself for the final showdown, understanding that the dark force holding the child captive is not just a ghost, but a manifestation of fear and despair that has lingered in the house for years. As she stands before the spirit, she feels a surge of determination. The air crackles with tension as she grips the knife tightly, not as a weapon, but as a symbol of her resolve to confront the darkness. The spirit, with its hollow eyes, seems to sense her courage and nods, urging her to take action. Suddenly, the temperature drops, and a chilling wind sweeps through the attic, extinguishing the faint light. Shadows swirl around her, and the whispers transform into anguished cries. The dark force reveals itself a swirling mass of darkness, a grotesque figure that embodies all the fear and pain that has haunted the house for years. The babysitter stands her ground, heart racing, as the entity lunges toward her. She recalls the stories she heard about the house, the tales of loss and sorrow that had trapped the spirit. With a deep breath, she shouts, "You will not take any more lives. I'm here to help." In that moment, a brilliant light emanates from her, fueled by her determination and compassion. The dark force recoils, shrieking in rage. The babysitter feels the spirit's presence beside her, lending her strength. Together, they confront the darkness, and with a final surge of energy, she thrusts the knife into the ground, declaring, "You have no power here." The room erupts in a blinding light, and the dark force begins to dissipate, its anguished cries fading into silence. The spirit of the child smiles, finally free, and the attic fills with warmth and peace. As the light fades, the attic transforms before her eyes. The dust settles, and the once ominous space is now filled with a warm glow. The babysitter looks around, astonished at the change. The weight of fear has lifted, and she feels a profound sense of relief wash over her. The spirit of the child stands before her, now radiant and at peace. "Thank you," the spirit whispers, its voice soft and melodic. "You've set me free." The babysitter feels a rush of emotion, tears welling in her eyes as she realizes the magnitude of what she has accomplished. She has not only confronted her fears but has also helped a lost soul find its way home. As the spirit begins to fade, it leaves behind a small, glowing orb of light that hovers in the air. The babysitter reaches out, and the orb gently lands in her palm, warm and comforting. "Keep this," the spirit says, as a reminder that love and courage can conquer even the darkest of fears. With the attic now filled with light, the babysitter takes a moment to breathe in the fresh, clean air. The oppressive atmosphere has vanished, replaced by a sense of hope and renewal. She knows that the house, once a place of sorrow, can now be a home filled with joy and laughter. As she descends the stairs, she feels a newfound strength within her. The experience has changed her, and she knows she will carry this moment with her forever. The children she is babysitting are safe, and she is ready to share her story, to inspire others to face their fears and embrace the light. And so, the babysitter not only saved herself, but also freed a spirit trapped in darkness. Remember, sometimes the scariest places hold the greatest secrets, and with courage, we can uncover them all. As we conclude this tale, remember that every shadow has a story, and every fear can be faced. The babysitter's journey teaches us that with courage, we can turn our darkest moments into opportunities for growth and connection. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation that feels overwhelming, take a deep breath and remember the babysitter's bravery. Embrace the unknown, for it may lead you to unexpected discoveries and friendships. Life is full of mysteries, and sometimes the scariest places hold the greatest treasures. Just like the babysitter, you have the power to change the narrative. When faced with fear, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this challenge into an opportunity? Before we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned today. What fears are you ready to confront? What adventures await you just beyond the shadows? Thank you for joining us on this journey. Remember, the attic may hold secrets, but it's the courage to explore them that truly lights the way. Until next time, keep shining your light and uncovering the magic in your life. This has been another captivating story from our channel. If you enjoyed it, please hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We can't wait to share more adventures with you. Stay curious, stay brave, and keep exploring the mysteries around you. See you in the next video.